Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Pokemon Generational Nuzlocke. This is Mr. M, for those of you who don't know yet. We are now at the entrance of Victory Road, so we're going to see how this goes. Let me start my timer. The goal is to get through Victory Road and maybe knock out the first Elite Four member. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, I hope you guys are doing well today. Recording this on February 2nd. And so if you don't know, today is Groundhog Day. Alright, so I have a Zubat. So anyway, Groundhog Day, for those of you who believe in science and not witchcraft, is the commonly practiced idea that a groundhog can predict the weather. I don't know if I have a Geodude, but I'm not going to use a Graveler at this point. Or Golem, I mean. You know Pokemon better than I do. I'm just the person pushing the buttons. So anyway, yeah, groundhogs can apparently predict the weather. We've been doing this for who knows how long. And so the way it works, we force the groundhog out of its home where it's sleeping. Bring it out so everybody can gawk at it, and then if it runs back into its hole, that means that we're going to have 6 more weeks of winter. I don't know about you, but if I was forced out of my bed, I would probably run back into it too, but nobody looks at me to predict the weather. With that being said, it is uncanny. And for those of you who are watching this and don't know who I am or things about me, I live in Texas. Right? It's supposed to be hot here. That's part of why we moved here to begin with. I'm from Ohio originally. Dang it. Avoidable battles. From Ohio originally, we got here to get away from the freezing weather. And the last couple of days have been really cold. Really cold. Like, at least for us. Because, like, granted, my perspective on things is all messed up now that I've been living in Texas. But it's been in the 40s. Like, not freezing cold, but dang near. And then if it's raining, it gets kind of like slushy out and stuff. And dangerous to drive. But, yeah, I don't know. Like, a part of me wants to be like, oh, it's hogwash. You can't. Like, why would a groundhog know if it's going to be 6 more weeks of winter or not? But then the weather makes you think, well, maybe he has insider information. Something in his biology that makes him go, nope, we're not ready to stop hibernating yet. It's still cold. So who knows? And if at this point you're going, wait a minute, I thought we already did Victory Road. Yes, you are experiencing the common phenomenon called deja vu. We did do this episode already, and I lost. And in losing, I realized, I don't want to say I raged quit, because, like, I talked for a little bit at the end of the episode, and, like, it wasn't like, whatever. But I didn't save, and so I was like, And then my curiosity took over, like, if I had taken time to look at my Pokemon moves and strategized a little bit more, could I have won that match with the team that I have? So we're going to try it out. And if you watched the previous episode, then you know a decision that I made in order to keep this kind of challenge going. We're going to do each generation best 2 out of 3. And so that is a loss, and the loss stands. I'm going to have to think my team through better for the next, for blue and then yellow. But it's just for curiosity. Could I have pulled this out? Because if you did watch that, Golbat was surprisingly useful, and then Dugtrio was liquid garbage. Um, so we're gonna see. Right now, strategy wise, I'm thinking. For instance, I completely forgot that Dragonite knew Thunderbolt, which would have made him more useful in the first fight, which is where I lost a significant number of my teammates. Um, and then I also messed up with Bruno. I took a free hit because he started with an Onix instead of a fighting Pokemon, like a normal person. And then I don't know. I'm thinking maybe use Golbat in the Agatha fight. Because the Confuse Ray bite combo, I mean, I wouldn't be able to bite, I'd have to use Wing Attack. But it was surprisingly useful. Um, so we're going to see. We're going to see maybe if I had used strategy, could I have beaten it. And so this time around, when I finally get to the Elite Four, I'm going to be less talky and more focused on winning. Um, because I just want to see. So, like, a part of this is to test my Pokemon knowledge. So I was bummed out that I lost. But also to give limelight to Pokemon who maybe don't get love. For instance, because on my team, never in a million years would I have used Golbat if like I was building an all-star lineup. Never in a million years would I use Dugtrio. Beedrill, like really? So, I mean, and that's half my team. And then the other half, Dragonite's solid, Gyarados is solid. Venusaur's, you know, at this stage in the game, not overly useful, but he's my favorite starter, so you gotta keep him on the team. So anyway, we need to take a minute and brag. So anyway, today is the 2nd, and so if you're watching this, today in class, you guys took the early Cold War exam. And boy, oh boy, did we rock it, guys. So anyway, I'm going to do some teacher talk, so you might not, oh, whatever. I know I did well, and that's all that matters to me. But as a teacher, I have to look, holistically. So on this test, 95 point blah 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 percent of my students approached. And in the physical number, only 3 of my students did not. And so to put that in perspective, like normally our approach score is kind of like in the 80s, like middle-ish to high 80s. And usually the number of students who don't approach is closer to like 5 or 6. So the approach score, I mean, it's an improvement for sure, but it's not that far off from what it normally is. But what approach means, for those of you who aren't teachers, if this was the STAR test, 95% of my students would have passed, right? And you have to pass the STAR test in order to graduate from high school. Now, an approach, that's not a pretty pass, right? Like, that is not like, oh, like, I rock this, and I'm amazing. But it is good enough to pass, right? On top of that, though, 83% of my students met standard. Now, what that means is you have gained the knowledge and the content that you meet grade level. So, like, you have the skills necessary to move to the next level, and that's where we want every student. Right? We're trying to get there. So, anyway, 83% of my students met standard, which is fantastic. That's an amazing number. Certainly higher. I mean, we've been inching every test. We've been improving. But that's a huge jump. I think World War II, it was like 60 something percent was meat. Um, and then the final thing, we had 57% of my students master the test. So more than half. Um, and that is crazy high. Normally that's like in the 30s. And what a master score means is not only do you have the content knowledge, like you learn the stories and all that, but you have proven that you can use those stories in an abstract way, like abstract thinking. Um, so you can use your historical knowledge, the lessons from the story, to make assumptions and inferences about other information. Like you can make educated guesses on things, and you're correct in those guesses. All right, we're gonna do candies. Okay, which is fantastic, and it's one of those things that like I know it's not supposed to be a competition. Um, I want every student to be successful, but I don't get to teach every student. And so my responsibility is to make sure that my students are prepared. And it's always kind of a feel-good moment when my students excel. And so, like, I know it's not a competition. It's not supposed to be a competition. But you guys were numero uno in every single category. Um, and then when we get to, like, masters, there's like a 20 percentage point difference. When it was the meats category, like a 30 percentage point difference. Um, and then even in the approach category, we had the highest, but it wasn't that drastically different. Um, but basically, if you approached on the test, the majority of you also met standard on the test. And then if you met standard, more than half of you also mastered. Just crazy good. Um, and so we get to celebrate tomorrow. First and seventh, all of my students approached or higher, so we're going to do parties. But then even for my other classes, like you didn't meet the requirements for the party, but we're going to talk about a couple of the questions, and then you guys are going to get a flex day to just relax and hang out. All right, so anyway, we are now going to move into the strategy portion of this game. Here is my idea. I know Adonis Dragonite is weak to ice. So this is a bad match type. But Dragonite is fast, and he's over leveled in comparison to this first fight. So the hope is with Thunderbolt we can sweep the team up to well, that didn't work. Please. Dang. And already the plan is going to crap. Fair enough. Okay. We don't want him to get knocked out. I need his Blizzard for Lance. Anyway, if we can get him to Jinx, then we'll swap. That's fine. I'm not sure who we'll swap to, but we're going to swap. Because I feel like Jinx is psychic in this game. Because Ice doesn't actually exist. And so Twin Needle should wreck. Yeah, and it does. Okay. Lapras. Go for it. What? Well, that sucks. Because I kind of want to keep... Oh, well, that sucks too. I kind of want to keep Beedrill for the Agatha fight. Why? Why do you hate me, game? I just want to win. That's all. Come on, hit. Oh my god. I just can't. Oh my goodness. And then, of course. Alright, well, that's my life. We'll see if we can confuse Ray our way out of this one. I hate you, Lapras. Oh my goodness. Alright, well, I don't even remember who I lost. Alright, so at this point, we're just gonna make this a single episode. And, oh, I lost it. Oh my goodness, that is rough. Because now I don't have Blizzard, so there's no way to beat Lance. It's just not gonna happen. I got nothing to do, nothing to deal damage to dragons. And then if I can't get past Lance, there's no getting past the final rival battle. Yep. Mm-hmm. I could have done Ivysaur. Might as well give it a clean switch. Dracul. Fuse Ray. Oh, okay. Well, with the critical, fine. I don't think that should have. Oh, I should have fainted it. I mean, this fight is going much better. Like I said, Confuse Ray was surprisingly useful. Because, I don't know, like, I guess my mentality on it is I just want to hit you and do damage. And so, like, I don't really use Toxic. I don't really use... I'm still asleep. Why would you waste your... Okay. I'll take the win. Thank you. But yeah, surprisingly useful. Questions. I don't think Ghost type is a thing in this game either. And so if it's not, then the ghosts are just psychic, and then Beedrill should clean house here. Unless, of course, he's faster than me. Because that makes sense. Yep, Dream Eater. Yep. Just to see if I was right. Gaining knowledge for future, yeah, so it would have been super effective. Okay. Didn't affect. Oh. Living on a hope and a dream. Here we go. So frustrating. I had a plan, guys. Not a good plan, apparently, but I had a plan this time. And so now it's like, well, what does that mean for the rest of this? For the love of God, stop switching. Okay. I'm gonna run out of moves. I don't even know. So I'm gonna call it now. Like, this is I'm going to lose. I will still post the video. You guys can laugh at me and all that. Um, I'm bummed out, man. I really thought I could do it. Miss? Man, come on. Like, now the game's just taunting me. Can't hit Razor Leaf. I'm pretty sure that has a 100% accuracy. Sleep Powder is telling me that you can't hit the target, but then it does. I almost stopped using it, so I was like, well, if it doesn't affect, you're lying to me. Because, like, now what I'm doing is dangerous because I'm gonna need Venusaur to take out Aerodactyl, and then it's gonna have to be actually poison. So I think Gengar is a poison type. Yeah, okay. And then Clean sweep or block. Maybe I need to, like, research and study tight matchups. I get grass, water, fire. I understand that one. Electric beats flying. Flying beats fighting. Oh, well, I meant to. Okay. I meant to think about my team. I think he starts with a dragon arrow. So I don't think it really matters. Well. That's a bad match. So he's probably gonna go the water move. Fingers crossed. No, why would he? Still not bad. I don't think Gyarados has a high special, so this should do more damage. Not very effective. I thought he was a water type. Like water flying or some nonsense. I should have used sleep powder. It's dumb. I'm being dumb again. Well, rip. Talk about overkill, Jesus. Why would you do that? Oh, and I'm still asleep. Hyper Beam. Hyper Beam again. And of course I wake up and he hits me with it. Oh. Bite. See if I can. Oh. Okay. I thought maybe I could make him flinch before he could recharge, and then he'd be like, I don't know, getting a loot. Oh, well, no, I'll live. I'll live. Unless it crits. So I wonder if flinch can't work if he's recharging. Like that just overrides it or whatever. You're faster than me. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, Confuse Ray is surprisingly useful. It has to be Confuse Ray and not the other one because Confuse Ray has a 100 accuracy. I remember that from the later games where it actually gives you that data in the game. Well, now it's over. Yep. Like, I don't know if it's missing because luck hates me, or if it's because it's flying. I don't know. Alright, well, that was attempt 2. So it is definitely proven now was not going to win. So anyway, I'll still post it. Thank you guys for watching, and have a good rest.